Yo guys, what's going on? I'm Tim for The Real Sports Talk. You can hit me up on Twitter at CashKelly_TRST. And what I was planning on doing was making a video about how Tim Tebow had gotten traded to the Jets. Although it does not look like that has happened quite yet because they have hit a salary snag. Adam Schefter is reporting that it's now coming down to the Jets and the Jaguars. So we'll, as soon as a deal is completed, which I would probably assume will be tonight. If it's not tonight, then we'll get you a video tomorrow. So, I mean, there's going to be a video, there's going to be a reaction about it, so don't worry about that. What I'm going to talk about is something that also came down at about the same exact time. I was watching SportsCenter on lunch, and it came out that Tebow had probably gotten traded to the Jets, although it's hit a salary snag, as we said, and that Sean Payton had been suspended for an entire season. Neither of the things I could believe, because the TV is far away, so I thought it was saying that Tim Tebow got traded to the Saints, and then we finally cleared everything up. I mean, Sean Payton getting suspended for a season over this stuff is nuts. But let me read some of these statements that were made by Roger Goodell and overall what suspensions are going to be handed out. Greg Williams, who was the defensive coordinator actually doing this stuff, was suspended for indefinitely, and it will for sure be this season. Now I would assume that, I mean, Roger Goodell's always been a second chance type guy, that he will be allowed back in next year. He was the Rams defensive coordinator, so he's at least going to be gone this year, and who knows what else after that. Sean Payton has been suspended the entire season, as I said, and technically, from what we know, Sean Payton really didn't have much to do with this at all. Mickey Loomis has been suspended for the first 8 games of the regular season next season, and assistant coach Joe Vitt has been suspended for the first 6 games. So, I mean, the NFL did not take this lightly. The one thing that doesn't really make any sense to me is how they did not suspend Jonathan Vilma, because Vilma was the one. I mean, the front page of Sports Illustrated last week or 2 weeks ago, one of those weeks, said Jonathan Vilma and had the quote, "I'll pay $10K to whoever knocks Brett Favre out of this game." How do you suspend all these guys and not suspend one of the guys that is kind of the face of it in terms of who was doing it on the field? I don't get that. Sean Payton being suspended the whole season. Well, let me read to you what Roger Goodell said. And I'm reading off a bit of an ESPN article here. It says, Payton's the first coach ever suspended for the NFL for any reason. The NFL is accusing him of trying to cover up a system of extra cash payouts to NFL players. Roger Goodell called particularly unusual and egregious and totally unacceptable. We are all accountable and responsible for player health and safety and integrity of the game. We will not tolerate conduct or culture that undermines those priorities, said Goodell, whose league faces more than 20 concussion-related lawsuits brought by hundreds of former players. No one is above the game or the rules that govern it. Yeah, I mean, I know that Buddy Ryan did this back in the day and that it was a completely different game then. And I come down somewhere in the middle, because there's a lot of people saying that Roger Goodell's making the NFL, for lack of a better word, a pussy sport, and then there's a lot of people who are saying, well, he doesn't really have a choice. I understand that he doesn't have a choice, but you also have to realize this is still the NFL. And I really don't believe that this has anything to do with the concussions, and people are trying to draw that comparison. The one thing that I really do not get at all about this, how can Bill Belichick do all the stuff that he did with Spygate and not get suspended for 1 minute? And Sean Payton's gone for the whole season? I mean, I thought that 2 to 4 games. I was talking with Adam Rank of the NFL Network the other week. We did that interview live about it. And he said that he believed that he deserved a small suspension, but not like the whole season. This is unprecedented, and it's unbelievable. And I will be here to continue giving my thoughts as more information comes out about this.